Thank you, everybody, for your questions. My name is Madeleine Martinez. Those are great questions. But let me start talking a little bit about myself and a little bit of my background. So, I finished my bachelor's degree back home in 2007 in electronics engineering. Then I moved to the US and I started working as a nanny. I came with a program called Au Pair, but I had this dream that I wanted to do a master's degree here, and that's what I did. But at the time, I had to overcome several obstacles. For example, I didn't know the language. Also, I didn't have money, and also I didn't know anyone who could help me with or guide me in the process of applying to engineering school. Sometimes you need that person that guides you, and I didn't have that person at the time. So, but those obstacles didn't stop me to work for the things I wanted. In this case, being admitted in an engineering school. Um, so I started studying for the English exam, which is the TOEFL. Also, I had to pass this math exam called GRE, and it was a good opportunity to reach a good um, potential, I could say. And today I know that many people or anyone who is who really wants to achieve their dreams, and if they work hard, they can do it. And because I was able to do it, and I do not have any magic or any special power. I just love to work hard to achieve the things I love, right? Um, then when I was admitted to the engineering school, I finished my master's degree, and I got scholarships from a professor. I started working as a research assistant in a research center, in the Center for Energy Systems and Control. Um, and when I finished my master's degree, then I got this opportunity to work for a big multinational company, EMC Corporation, which is now part of Dell Computers. I'm working there as a software developer, and I am part of a team of 11 engineers where I am the only woman, of course, the only Latina. And it is great because, well, I now that I'm part of this big company, I see the huge gap that we have in these fields. And that's why when they asked me to be part of this campaign, I accepted. I accepted to be part of the Tecnologicas campaign because it was a great opportunity to share my experience with others, and to say and to, I don't know, yeah, to share with other women that they can do great things too. Also, when I'm part of this campaign, I had the opportunity to travel to many schools, and I've met many women and girls who want to pursue careers in STEM, but sometimes they doubt. They're like, so probably I'm not gonna make it. I don't have I can't do it, and that's normal, I think, from us as human beings. sometimes we are fair. We don't want to fail, I think, sometimes. And I see failure as an important part of success. So if you don't fail, it's because you haven't dreamed high enough. Um, so it's normal that all of us have obstacles and that we need to overcome in order to reach what we want. So the difference between success and long-term failure is the attitude that we have, um, to assume that yes, we need to improve. And imagine, for example, when I was learning the language, if if I talk, for example, and people don't understand what I'm saying, I can feel very, very frustrated, right? But the difference at that time was that, okay, I am not gonna give up. I am gonna try hard enough, and so one day people will understand what I say. So that's the good attitude that we all need to achieve the things we want, right? Try. And if you fail, try again. And if you fail, try again. And at some point, you will get it. Um, Currently, I'm pursuing a PhD in systems engineering, and you may ask why I am pursuing a PhD while I have a full time job and while I have two little babies. I have two kids. Matthew is 5, Emily is 2. Uh, and as I said before, knowledge is power. And I've been able to learn so many things here in my PhD. And I'm able to apply that knowledge in my job. I'm doing now some program management stuff because of that PhD, right? And if you have opportunities to learn, take them. That's the only thing that nobody can take from you, knowledge. Um, all right, so some of the questions here. What am I going to do after I get my PhD? So, in 1 year, when I graduate, hopefully, in 1 year, I want to be a professor. I really love teaching and sharing my story with others. So I hope I can get a teaching position in a university. I'm here in Boston, so there are a lot of universities around. I hope I can have the chance to be a professor in engineering. How did I start the program for Latina Girls? So this program for Tecnolochicas is a collaborative program between the National Center for Women and Information Technology and Televisa Foundation. So big companies are sponsoring this program, such as Apple, Google, Intel, um, Microsoft, Dell, EMC. So these companies, these high-tech companies, they know the gap that exists in companies, especially in technology companies. They need more Latina girls. So they are trying to share that, hey, there is this gap, but we need women, right? And if you go to engineering schools, we do have jobs for you. So that's great, right? That companies and everybody, even the government, they know that we need, companies need more women and more Latinas in technology, and we are capable of doing it. And we bring several things to the table. And there is a program, for example, now for the Indel, where they encourage diversity. Diversity is so important, and I can see it every single day in my job, um, because we as women, and we as Latinas, for example, in my case, as a Latina, I bring other things that other people do not bring to the table, right? To meetings, to projects. We are happy people. We are very optimistic. We are smart. So they know that we have a lot of potential, and all we need is study, right? And get the degrees, and they have jobs for us. Uh, yes, I did. I did my, if I did some schooling in Colombia, I did my bachelor's degree in electronics engineering. Then I did my master's in electrical and computer engineering, and now I'm doing my PhD in systems engineering. And I'm a software engineer at DSC. What interests you in software engineering? Well, software engineering is a field that helps people, right? And you may ask why. Yeah, for example, in the team where I'm working now, we develop computers, let's call it this way, data centers. So it's like a computer, but in a huge scale for companies, big companies such as Bank of America and other big companies that store large amount of information. So you take these pictures every day and videos and everything, they need to be stored in one place. So we develop these systems. So somehow I'm helping, right? I'm helping people to continue with you and using technology. The great things, for example, about software engineering is that it can be used everywhere and anyone. Anyone, a doctor, for example, a medical doctor, they need software, right? Sometimes they can analyze information using software. Uh, Musicians, they use software. Everyone needs software. So if you are a doctor, you can be a software engineer too. If you are a nurse, you can be a software engineer too, or you can know at least how to code, and that would open doors, right? What kind of obstacles? So I mentioned some of the obstacles, and how many years of school I did. I think since I was 3 years old, I'm studying, and I'm gonna say that next there is only 1 year left. And after that, I want to be a professor, so I'm going to continue studying. But, but I think I got used to it, and I love learning new stuff every day. It just require, I would say my life is kind of different to the other people. Um, but I think that's fine. I mean, I love be challenged, and I know I'm able to give my children better opportunities, right? If I advance in my career. What percentage of women we have in the company? Well, in IT or in women working as software developers or as engineers, I would say we have a very, very small portion, especially if we're talking about, for example, Latinas. Very, very small percentage of Latinas working there. I'm going to say less than 1% of Latinas are software developers. Latinas. Women, I'm going to say 10% of engineers are Latinas, or maybe less. Are women. Okay, a time when I wanted to give up. Okay, many times I wanted to give up because it's not easy. For example, now I'm working on my dissertation. During the day, I am working. I'm working 40 hours, but at the same time, I have to take care of my babies. So while they go to school, I go to work, and at 3 p.m., I have to pick them up. And then I have to continue working here from home. So basically, after 9 p.m., I need to take care of my dissertation, my research, and here I am. It's 11:50 p.m. and I am going to start working on my dissertation, probably until 5 a.m. So it's not easy, but those are the things you have to do if you want things done. Just take a little bit of, I would say, motivation and self, you call it, what you need to do this. But I think it's very, very worthy. And I'm gonna be done soon. And I think many doors will open, and I'm gonna continue having a flexible life, if you call it that way, because I only work a couple of days in the office, then I take care of my kids, then I work from home, and that's good. That's good. I hope I answered your questions. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to send me an email. My email address is mar.madeline, MADELINE, @gmail.com. I will be more than happy to answer any questions you may have. And also maybe I can provide extra information about places where you can go, or whatever. If you want to connect with me, send me a quick note. And thank you very much. Keep in touch. Bye bye.